featuring the Polar Bears of Bowdoin College and your Bates College Bobcats. Introducing tonight's starting lineups, beginning with the visitors from Bowdoin. A sophomore guard from Colorado, California, number 3, Tim On. A senior forward from Sandy Springs, Georgia, number 10, Neil Fuller. A sophomore forward from Bowdoin, Maine, number 32, Jack Simons. A junior guard from Chicago, Illinois, number 25, Liam Barley. And a sophomore forward from Lexington, Massachusetts, number 33, Hugh O'Neill. The Mauritius and now, the starting lineup for the Bates College Bobcats. A senior guard, number 2, Jerome Farley. A senior forward from Bowdoin, Delaware, number 5, Marcus Delpeche. A sophomore guard from Glastonbury, Connecticut, number 10, Max Hummel. A senior center from Wilmington, Delaware, number 22, Malcolm Delpeche. And the first senior guard from Hampton, Maine, number 23, Nick Delpeche. The offense is coached by John Lewis, assisted by Sam Wooley, John Morales, Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and remove your caps as we honor America by singing with the Star Spangled Banner by the Bates College Band Optimists. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Alumni Gymnasium on the campus of Bates College for tonight's men's basketball contest between the visiting Bowdoin College Polar Bears and your Bates College Bobcats. My name is Aaron Morse alongside Cale Schwartz, bringing you all the action here this evening. The Bobcats and the Polar Bears both 4-2 on the year. Cale, looking forward to a nice heated rivalry game here this evening.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Bates coming off a tough loss from Bowdoin last year. I think they definitely want the revenge tonight. So it should be a great matchup.
And look at the starting lineups real quickly because we're going to get underway very soon. For Bowdoin, their leading scorer is number 22, Jack Simons, there in black with white numerals. For the Polar Bears, he's a 6'6" forward. Watch out for him. He dropped over 20 against the Bobcats last year in Brunswick. Also in the starting lineup, Tim On, their sophomore guard from California. He will be the distributor, along with Neil Fuller, Liam Farley, and the big man Hugh O'Neill. The tip goes to Jerome Darling, and we're underway. The Bobcats lineup looks like this. It's Darling, Gilpin, Marcus Delpeche, Malcolm Delpeche, and Hummel, as spinning in the lane and finding the bucket is Marcus Delpeche. 2-0 Bobcats. 19:39 to go, first half. We are just underway. Bowdoin handling, top of the key. Malcolm Delpeche causing some trouble, ripped it away from O'Neal, but he called for the foul. Bowdoin basketball, Bobcats up 2-0 after Marcus Delpeche, who's a double-double machine this year, Cal.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of the Delpeche twins are having career years, playing out of their minds.
On gets it over top of the key for Fuller. Now they get it for Simons, the leading scorer, to the wing for Fuller. Nice feed down low, layup good. Very nice pass, and O'Neal gets the bucket. We're all tied at 2, 19:14 to go, first half.
Pretty quick for a tall guy there, O'Neal.
Now back into the lane for Marcus Delpeche. His shot is no good, and then it goes out of bounds. Tried to get his own rebound and tipped it out of bounds. Not a bad look, though. Good feed from Malcolm Delpeche.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're tied at 2, 19:07 to go, first half. As On pushes it across the timeline, matched up against Darling. Now top of the key for Fuller. And they get over to Simons. Now a three from the right wing is short, and the rebound goes to Malcolm Delpeche as Liam Farley, a junior guard, missed the three. This is Gilpin, the impressive first year, and Malcolm Delpeche tried to get it down into Marcus, but it's knocked away and stolen by Fuller. On with it. Now top of the key for Fuller. They swing it around the perimeter. They get it back now to Fuller. And a good bounce pass to On the cut, and he lays it in. Nice feed by O'Neal, and On with the layup.
Nice pass, nice feed, nice finish by On.
4-2, Bowdoin on top. Gilpin distributing to Jerome Darling. Looking for a screen from Marcus Delpeche. Darling top of the key with 15 on the shot clock. Now they get it over for Hummel, who's been very good this year. Malcolm Delpeche swings it around to Gilpin. Back to Hummel. Off the screen, drives into the elbow, kick it out. Malcolm Delpeche, he's been working on those jumpers, but he misses this one. Marcus Delpeche to rebound. Good feed outside Hummel. Hummel step back, feed it down low. Delpeche in the block. Marcus Delpeche working in the paint, shot up short, rebound to Darling. Another chance for the Bobcats. Darling is basically mugged by On, and he'll go to the line for two.
Great job there by the Bobcats, grabbing so many offensive boards.
4-2, Bowdoin with the early lead, 43 to go, I should say, here in the first half of action. And first free throws of the game belong to Jerome Darling. Bates won a game earlier this year against UNE, basically off their free throw shooting, as this one, though, is no good. Both these teams have played some top competition. They both lost to Babson, and Bowdoin really gave Babson a run for their money, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. I think they stayed nearly within 10, whereas Bates had a little bit of a different story, so should be interesting how this game ends up and how these teams match up against each other.
Darling splits a pair of free throws, so it's 4-3 in favor of the Polar Bears early on this first half of action. On with a little bit of pressure in the backcourt, gets it across the timeline. One thing to note, by the way, Malcolm Delpeche is one block shy of tying the Bates record for career blocks, as Marcus Delpeche nearly had a steal, but he kicks it, and it'll be Bowdoin ball.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're not playing soccer.
Exactly. Pretty good defense by Malcolm Delpeche there, but you can't kick it. Bowdoin basketball. No inbounds from right in front of the scorer's table. They get it into On, who gets it now top of the key, back to On, right wing. On averages over 8 assists per game. Baseline jumper is up, back iron no good, loose ball and a foul whistle against the Polar Bears. So missing the shot was Farley, and then the Bobcats able to draw a foul. It's Bates ball, trailing by 1, 17-13 to go, first half.
How about the aggressiveness by Gilpin right now? For a first-year player, he's playing like he's been here for a while.
Gilpin, as John Furbush had said, won't necessarily show up on the box score, but he does everything right for them on offense. Here's Malcolm Delpeche, tried to get a shot up, didn't really have a good angle there and missed, as On will push it across the timeline. The Delpeche twins have been so good early this year, it's almost tempting to try to force it a little bit, and that seems to be what the Bobcats are doing early in this one. That shot is not even close that time from O'Neal, and here come the Bobcats. Darling ahead to Marcus Delpeche. They do like to hurry the pace, but they turn it over. Steal that time by Fuller. And On all the way to the hoop, misses the shot. Darling the rebound, and now Darling will look to run. Bounce pass over to Hummel. That's a baseline jumper, and it's good. Max Hummel has been so effective this year. The sophomore out of Connecticut makes it 5-4 Bobcats. We have a whistle. Looks like we have to tie a shoe over there on the baseline.
Oh, there we go.
16:23 to go.
I was wondering what that was.
First half of action, Bates with the 5-4 lead after Max Hummel. A breakout year for him so far.
Absolutely. Max Hummel, if you find him open, he's going to drain the shot. He's just like that. He's 6'4", 6'5", but he's a guard in heart.
There's his counterpart working with the ball. They get it over to On right wing. On will just fire up a three, short, and out of bounds. Last touch that time by O'Neal. Hugh O'Neal, 6'7" sophomore out of Lexington, Massachusetts. Tried to get the rebound there, could not handle it. It goes out of bounds, and Bowdoin calls timeout. Bates ball, 5-4. They lead, 16:08 to go. First half. Your early impressions so far through just under 4 minutes of action?
Early impressions is everyone's playing some really good defense. So far, definitely not looking like it's going to be a high-scoring game, but there's still a lot going on. I think we're noticing a lot from the Delpeche twins as well as Gilpin in the sense of playing away from the ball and making stuff happen away from the ball. And then I think if Bates can get open and if Bates can get the shots up, I think they're going to score a lot of points. So
both these teams beat Southern Maine and New England this year. So they've played a fair number of mutual opponents. Both of them are 4-2 on the season. A reminder, fans, this is actually not a NESCAC game. Even though these are two NESCAC teams, this will affect their overall record, but not their conference record. The NESCAC games don't get started until January, but still, Bates-Bowdoin always huge.
Always huge, always a good game, no matter where these guys are in the year, where they've been playing or how they've been playing. The rivalry is there.
So Jerome Darling will handle the ball out of the timeout. Darling running the point with the injured Sean Strickland watching over on the bench as they get over to Hummel. Corner three, knock it down. Max Hummel again for the Bobcats. He has 5, and the Bobcats have 8. They're up 8-4.
Love to see it, running away with a smile on his face. Max Hummel's just having a career year.
Sophomore, really a breakout shooter. As On will kick it over into the corner. And that was nearly a carry. They get it over in the right wing, though, for their leading scorer, Simons, who's been quiet so far. Now he launches a three. It's short, and a good rebound by the first year, Gilpin, who gets it over to Hummel. He's feeling it. Heat check. Knock it down again. Oh, he's hyped up. Hummel hits the three, and the Bobcats lead 11-4.
Max Hummel fired up. You were wondering what they were going to do this year without Josh Britton, but Max Hummel has stepped up.
You're exactly right. Britton was the shooter last year, and Hummel has really filled his shoes quite nicely, and then some. As On has it top of the key, he'll drive into the paint. Bounce pass over on the perimeter. 10 on the shot clock, back to On left wing. Good defense by the Bobcats. That's a fadeaway by Simons. Air ball, and Malcolm Delpeche grabs it out of the sky. Here's Gilpin to Darling. Lob, Marcus Delpeche handles it, lays it in. 13-4 Bobcats, 14:38 to go, first half.
A lot of good looks, a lot of good passes. I'm really liking what I'm seeing so far from the Bobcats.
And Bowdoin calls timeout, and the crowd loves it here at Alumni Gym.
Yeah, it's exciting to see this, the first game in Alumni of the Year with the students here. I know they've already played a home game, but I think everyone's really fired up for this season after a disappointing year last year. Just super exciting to see, being one of the toughest arenas to play anywhere, really. So hopefully get one of those nights.
Yeah, last year Bates did play Bowdoin here at Alumni Gym. They play them twice every year. They lost 84-77 here at home. Lucas Hausman had 42 points for the Polar Bears last year. The senior, he graduated. He's in Spain at last check playing professionally.
Unbelievable.
So
don't see that in NESCAC too much.
And Bowdoin obviously misses Hausman very much. 2 years ago when Bates made the NCAA tournament, they split a pair of games with Bowdoin. They beat him here and lost in Brunswick, and so they're looking to beat him here again in 2016, heading into the 2017 part of the schedule soon enough. But every game counts if you want to make the NCAA tournament, which Bates did 2 years ago as an at-large.
Yeah, absolutely, especially with the NESCAC opponents, the NESCAC always being one of the most dominant leagues. I think if you keep winning NESCAC games, it's just going to help you more and more.
13-4, Bates on top. The story so far in this game has been the continued excellence of Max Hummel, who has emerged as a sophomore already has a couple games where he's scored his career high in points, and he's been on fire so far in this game. Last possession, he was just feeling it, took a shot right away and knocked it down. He's got 8 points on 3 of 3 shooting. He's knocked down both threes he's attempted. So here's on out of the timeout. A couple subs for the Bobcats we'll let you know about here in a moment, as looks like Tom Coyne into the game for Bates along with Quinn Leary also in. Bowdoin has some new faces as well, as Simons will drive a wild-looking shot, no good. Rebound, Gilpin. Gilpin ahead now to Coyne. Check that, Hummel. Now back to Gilpin. Coyne at 14, Hummel at 10. And here's the pass to Marcus Delpeche, almost lost it out of bounds. Now top of the key, Leary swings it around for Gilpin. Hummel, he's been hot, thought about a three. Now he'll settle it down with 9 on the shot clock for Coyne. Left wing, now they feed it in low. Marcus Delpeche needs to shoot. 3 on the shot clock. Marcus Delpeche, a runner in the lane. 15-4 Bates.
One of the toughest to guards in the league, and that's why. He's just so big, so powerful, and he finds buckets.
I get over left wing now for Fuller, swinging around the perimeter. This is David Reynolds into the game for Bowdoin. Now to the big man O'Neal on the perimeter. They're still swinging around. They can't seem to get anything inside right now. With 5 on the shot clock, the shot is up and no good off the front iron. Another miss for O'Neal, and here comes Bates. Ahead to Leary for 3. Yes!
Wide open Quinn Leary. What a year he's been having.
And the Bobcats lead 18-4 with 13:07 to go in the first half, and Bowdoin calls another timeout.
Kind of a little bit of a turnover from the Babson game, if you ask me, Aaron.
It's a complete 180 from the Babson
180
game.
degrees.
Now remember, Bates beat Husson in their most recent game by 10 points at Husson, but they did have that rough game, as you mentioned, against Babson. This could not be more opposite than that.
No.
At least to the start. Lots of time left in this game, of course, but Bates an early 18-4 lead.
Yeah, it's exciting to watch. Max Hummel just, not the fact that he's making all the shots he's taking, but he's just taking smart shots, which I think is what sort of sets Max Hummel apart from a lot of the other players in the team, is his just basketball IQ and the passes he makes. He knows when to hand the ball over, and he knows when to take his shots.
Bowdoin shooting 2 of 11 from the field. Bates at 7 of 11 right now. Tim On, who has 2 of their 4 points, handling. Guarded closely by Coyne. Now he's swinging around the perimeter. Back to On left wing. Good ball movement this time. They get into the paint for O'Neal, but he misses a little bunny and then spikes it out of bounds. Bates ball. A rough go of it right now for Hugh O'Neal.
Yeah, he just sort of punched that one out of the air. I'm not sure what his plan was.
So here comes Bates. Gilpin running the offense. Even though he's a first year, he has the calm of a veteran out there on the court. Says Nick Gilpin. This one he almost lost though, and Hummel gets it back to Gilpin. 15 on the shot clock. Gilpin will reset. Gilpin off the screen from Leary in the corner for Hummel. Hummel feeling the pressure, and this time they're going to whistle Hummel, looked like for a foul.
Hummel not too happy about that one.
Offensive foul on Hummel. And into the game for Bowdoin is Jack Hewitt, a 6'7" senior from Scarsdale, New York. So Hewitt some more height into the game for the Polar Bears. Bates leads 18-4, 12:22 to go, first half of action. Top of the key for Fuller. Now they swing it around for On. Top of the key, On again. On drives into the paint, nice feed, and out of bounds, last touch by Hummel. He was trying to get it to Hewitt on the baseline, and Bates knocked it away with 11 on the shot clock. And Bowdoin will bring in another sub, as Jack Boers will give On a break. So the second unit, a lot of them are in right now for Bowdoin. Bates has a few backups in as well. Bobcats up by 14. That 3 is off the back iron. Hummel almost had the rebound. Good hustle by the Polar Bears. Still on the ground. Who wants it? Bowdoin finally picks up the loose ball. As Simons, their leading scorer, has been quiet so far, was able to get that scrum and the ball rolled right to him.
Looked like rugby out there. The ball must be kind of wet.
Now here's a drive into the paint, and drawing the foul is David Reynolds, the first year out of Raleigh, North Carolina, and Reynolds will get 2 free throws. Blocking foul on Bates, and they'll bring in a couple of subs after this first free throw. 11:40 to go first half. Bobcats lead 18-4. But it's quieted down a little bit for both sides right now.
Interesting to note, David Reynolds coming out of Raleigh, North Carolina, but actually a Northfield Mount Herman product, basketball powerhouse in New Hampshire, so he's definitely played against some great competition.
Bates will bring in Eli Frater along with Justin Zukowski, giving Hummel a breather. 2 free throws are good, and the Bobcats lead 18-6 as Bowdoin will make another sub. They'll bring in Blake Gordon, a junior out of Brunswick, so he stayed home for college. As Frater will run the offense, backing up Darling at the point. Now they get it for Zukowski. Spin around the perimeter. Zukowski again. Looking to possibly drive off the screen from Marcus Delpeche. Feed into Leary. Get it outside for Coyne. Now Frater with 10 on the shot clock. Frater will lob it in for Marcus Delpeche, but it's into a double team. Ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be Bowdoin basketball.
Always a play, lob it up to one of the Delpeche ones when they're in the paint, really.
Yeah,
you got a high percentage of something happening.
That is a play Bates likes to run a lot. Just lob it in and let them do the rest. Dribbling it almost out of bounds was Boers, but he gets it back. Coyne with some tight defense in the backcourt. Top of the key now for Hewitt. Bounce pass goes down into the paint, and Frater with the steal. He ripped it away. Frater on the move to Coyne. He'll spot up a 3. Yes, sir!
What a shot by the freshman Coyne. Getting a good amount of time right now and making every second count. It's great to see.
21-6 Bates, 10:35 to go first half. With confidence, Coyne knocking down that 3 off the steal and the assist from Frater. Simons will launch one, and he knocks it down. Simons averaging over 24 points per game. You knew he wasn't going to be quiet forever, and he hits that one, 21-9 the score. Bates on top. When they need a bucket, Simons is the man, number 22. They call to the Polar Bears. This pass is not a good one by Coyne. It goes out of bounds. It'll be Bowdoin ball as Malcolm Delpeche will check back in, and he'll replace Quinn Leary. First, we are going to have
Bates timeout.
Yeah, Bates calling a 30-second timeout with 10:03 to go first half. Bobcats up by a score of 21-9 as Hummel still leading all scorers with 8 points. Marcus Delpeche has 6. Leary's knocked down a 3. Coyne has also knocked down a 3. Jerome Darling only 1 point, but he's got 3 rebounds and 2 assists already. Hummel had to exit because he had those 2 fouls. And then Simons leading the way for Bowdoin with 3 points so far.
Yeah, I think we're all just eager to get Malcolm Delpeche in and get that block just out of the way.
Right. Still looking for his first block in this game. Next block would tie the school record. He had 1 block in the most recent game against Husson. He had 5 against Babson, which is a lot. He had 7, which set a program record for blocks in 1 game a few weeks back.
Wow.
So Malcolm Delpeche really having a great year. And he's checked back in. Has been quiet so far in this game. Does have a couple of rebounds. As Bowdoin with the ball. And they get it over into the corner for Simons. Simons double teamed. Cross-court pass. Now a spot up 3 from the wing. It's good. That time it was Jack Boers, the sophomore from Upper Saddle River, New Jersey, hitting the 3. Bates lead down to 21-12 with 9:38 to go here in the first half of action. Coyne with it. Off the screen from Marcus Delpeche. Now back to Marcus Delpeche. He'll drive all the way to the hoop. No good. Malcolm Delpeche the follow. Bates leads 23-12.
They are probably speaking to each other in their heads. That's just how they do it. The twin empathy.
So Boers handling top of the key, guarded by Coyne. Bounce pass for Simons at the elbow. Simons on the drive over Marcus Delpeche. No good. Rebound to Malcolm Delpeche. Here's Coyne across the timeline, the first year. Feeds Malcolm Delpeche. He tried to bring it strong in the paint, but he lost it out of bounds. He was arguing it went off of Simons. The ref did not see it that way. It'll be Bowdoin basketball. Simons will get a breather as Blake Gordon is back in for the Polar Bears. Bates leading 23-12, 8:56 to go, first half. Across the timeline goes Boers. Now top of the key to Fuller. They get over in the wing. Swing it back, Boers looking for another three. This one's short. Rebound, Marcus Delpeche. And he'll dribble it for a little bit before getting over to Coyne. Coyne across the timeline. Off the screen from Marcus Delpeche. Now back to Marcus. He'll look for a long top of the key shot, and that's a two, I believe. And it's a long one, and it's good. 25-12 Bates.
There's what you've been looking for, the shooter.
They've been working on those jump shots a lot.
It's definitely not pretty, but if it goes in, it goes in.
Bates up 25-12. It just adds another dimension to their game, makes them that much harder to guard. Here's a turnaround jumper on the baseline, and it's good. Nice shot by David Reynolds.
Really pretty by the freshman.
Bates up by 11, 25-14, 8:04 to go, first half. Marcus Delpeche to Coyne in the corner. This is Zukowski handling. Frater for three, knock it down! This time it's Eli Frater, the sophomore from Brooklyn, and the Bobcats lead 28-14.
I had a perfect angle from that shot, and it was in the second he left his hand.
As here's a nice drive to the hoop. Ooh. Oh, Malcolm Delpeche was going for that block, but he didn't get it, and it's an and one for Blake Gordon. He'll go to the line for a free throw, basket good. Thought Malcolm was going to get that block right there. Instead, it's a foul call, and checking in for the Bobcats is Nick Lynch. Nice to see him back.
Nice to see Nick back. Nick's had some trouble with his knees. He's been working his butt off, though, to get back on the court, and I know he wants to play, and he knows he wants to play, so hopefully he can make some stuff happen. I mean, he can hammer. He's a big man, probably the biggest man on the court, and just he's a competitor, so this is exciting.
Lynch at 6'7", 230 pounds from Westford, Massachusetts, as the free throw is no good, and Malcolm Delpeche the rebound. Jerome Darling also back in. He'll run the point. Darling, Malcolm Delpeche, Lynch, Frater still in there, and Coyne for the Bobcats. Coyne off the screen from Lynch. Nice feed to Frater. Fancy layup attempt, no good. And it goes out of bounds to be Bowdoin ball. He tried to go under the hoop and then fling up a shot. That would have been spectacular.
Yeah, that would have been unbelievable.
As Bowdoin will make a couple of different subs, but the Bobcats lead 28-16, 7:18 to go, first half. Jack Boers has seen significant minutes. Hasn't played for a little bit.
Yeah, you wondered. The ball's a little wet for On. He was slipping around, making some tough decisions on the shot, so could be the reasoning behind that.
Driving into the paint that time was Liam Farley. He had his shot blocked, and it went out of bounds off of Bowdoin, so it'll be Bobcat ball. I don't think that was Malcolm Delpeche, was it?
I do not think so.
Yeah. It looks like it was maybe Lynch was in there. In that case, Bates ball. As Frater swings it around the perimeter for Darling. Bounce pass down low, Malcolm Delpeche. Oh, nicely done. He had a tough time securing the ball. Finally did, laid it home.
Unguardable pretty much. That's what it looks like. Malcolm Delpeche just getting buckets in the paint.
Bates up by 14, 30-16, 6:42 to go, first half. Bowdoin having all sorts of trouble really on offense right now. Simon's not in the game at the moment. Oh, wait, the feed down low that time, not 22, it was 23. David Reynolds with the bucket. He's provided a spark. Good assist by Fuller. Thought for a second Simons was in. He is not. It's 23. Reynolds with the layup. Lynch, who had a great first year with Bates, as you mentioned, been battling those knee issues, but he's here. He's in the game. Darling now in the corner. Down low, Malcolm Delpeche. Oh, point blank, no good. And it's Bowdoin ball. Reynolds the rebound. So close. Had a good look.
Very good look, and Nick Lynch was there too.
Boers all the way to the hoop, no shot, but a whistle and a foul on the Bobcats. 6 minutes to go, first half.
Looks like it was on Justin Zukowski there.
Now they do bring in their two real stars on offense, On and Simon. Simon's averaging 24 points per game, and On averaging over 8 assists per game. And they're back in with 6 minutes to go in the first half. Bates up by 12. Bowdoin trying to make a run here. They get it in to Simons. Simons will swing it around to on the drive. He'll kick it out. Now back Simons left wing. Reynolds for three. He's been a spark, but he misses this one, and the rebound nicely done by Marcus Delpeche. Gilpin back in. He'll get it ahead to Darling. Darling the lob. Oh, Marcus Delpeche going up for an alley-oop, and he draws the foul.
That'll light up a crowd. Seeing an oop like that, that'd be electric.
If he had somehow converted that, that would have been a SportsCenter top 10 type deal.
Absolutely.
The foul was, I guess, not on the dunk attempt. It's going to be Bates' ball nonetheless. Perhaps before he went airborne. As they get it into Malcolm Delpeche. Posting up, double team, swinging outside Gilpin. Now top of the key, Coyne spots up a three, no good. Malcolm Delpeche the offensive rebound, and he hits it off of Simons out of bounds, and it'll be Bates' ball. Good heads-up play by Malcolm Delpeche. Darling will inbound under the basket. Darling will fire it in. Gilpin now, top of the key. Perimeter for Coyne. Coyne to Marcus Delpeche. Lob in Malcolm, and this time it's almost ripped away. Malcolm Delpeche playing volleyball with it. They somehow get it back. It's Coyne who emerges with the ball. They'll reset with 50 on the shot clock. Gilpin. Top of the key, Coyne. Swinging around the perimeter for Darling. Darling off the screen. Under some pressure. 5 on the shot clock. Someone's got to shoot it. Gilpin with 2. The runner. No. Rebound to O'Neal. Hugh O'Neal back into the game after some early struggles. Bates leading by 12. 4:47 to go first half. Simons. They get it over to Fuller. Down low. Reynolds turnaround jumper. No good. Rebound Marcus Delpeche. Darling ahead to Malcolm Delpeche, and he'll lay it up and in! What a fade by Jerome Darling!
There you go, Jerome Darling really making a lot out of his minutes this year. I think he's really been excited to have the opportunity with Sean Strickland out, and I think he's making some great passes, some great plays. Great look there.
The original plan was to make Darling a 2-guard and Strickland the point guard like he was last year. As the layup by On is no good. Somehow Bowdoin gets the rebound, and they kick it outside. Fuller on the drive. That looks like a block. Perhaps from Malcolm Delpeche. At the very least, he altered the shot direction, and this time Darling got a little greedy, and his bounce pass is stolen.
Yeah, you wonder what the stat's going to be there. That could have been it right now.
We're not the official scorekeeper, so we'll have to check it out, but that could have been the tying block. As this is a 3 from the left wing from Simons, who knocks it down. That's a big one to settle things down for Bowdoin. It's 32-21 Bates.
You see Simons kind of rattling his bench up, trying to get them a little bit more live. You wonder if they're a little bit quiet right now. I mean, I would be.
Malcolm Delpeche on the baseline, guarded by Fuller. His pass is deflected out of bounds. It'll be Bates' ball with 3:34 to go here in the first half. Bobcats up 32-21. As Hummel's back in. Hummel had that early surge in this game. He still has those 8 points. So does Marcus Delpeche. Bobcats leading 32-21. Malcolm Delpeche outside to Darling. Down low, Marcus Delpeche. Posting up, banking it in. Nice little one-handed shot. Lefty bucket for Marcus Delpeche.
Doesn't get more pretty than that. The hook over and in.
34-21 Bates, 3:10 to go. First half, they lead by 13. On. Now they get it swinging around to Simons. He's the big scorer. He's knocked down a couple of triples today to keep them in it. 13 on the shot clock. Simons double team by the Delpeches. They both got out there. On now, top of the key with 6 on the shot clock. On the drive, and a whistle and a foul on Bates. I thought he might have gone away with a travel there. So it'll be Bowdoin ball. 2:48 to go. First half, Bobcats up 34-21.
Yeah, that one on Gilpin. You wonder with that double team on Simons of the Delpeche, if that's sort of a game plan just because he scores so much, especially against this Bobcat team.
Get it into Fuller. Neil Fuller along 2. That's an air ball. And the rebound to Hummel. Here comes Darling. He loves to push it. He'll slow it down, though, here. Darling directing traffic. Hummel's been hot. He had those 2 fouls, though. Here's Malcolm Delpeche. Jump step up and in. One more time, Malcolm Delpeche. Bates up 36-21.
Sort of deja vu there from Malcolm to Marcus, Marcus to Malcolm.
The Delpeches have been great again for Bates, but Simons has the answer. No, he does not. 3 is no good. Out of bounds off of Bowdoin. Bates ball. 2:12 to go. I thought he was going to knock down another one. Simons has 6 on 2 of 6 shooting.
Just tough shot tonight for Simons. You wonder if that's the game plan for them, to just shut him down, make him take those tough shots, because percentage-wise, he's not going to make every shot he takes, especially the ones where he's off balance and fading.
So here's Gilpin. Now to Marcus Delpeche. Swinging around the perimeter for Hummel. Darling for three. Jerome Darling short on that three attempt, and the rebound to O'Neal. Here comes on the move. Averaging over 8 assists per game. Back to O'Neal. Shot from the free throw line short. Falls his shot to no avail. Marcus Delpeche the rebound. Ahead to Darling. Darling, the bounce pass back to Marcus Delpeche, and it's stolen away by Gordon, who gets it ahead to On. Now Simons in the right wing for the Polar Bears. On thought about the three. Now he'll drive. Kick it outside. Fuller for three. Short. Rebound to Gilpin. Gilpin ahead to Hummel in the left wing. Hummel will stop and get it back to Gilpin. Now Darling will reset with 22 on the shot clock. Bates up by 15. Hummel on the left wing. Get down, Malcolm Delpeche on the baseline. Kick it outside, Gilpin. Spot up a three. Knock it down! The first year, Nick Gilpin. And it's the Bobcats up by 18 with 1:02 to go in the first half.
Gilpin pretty fired up with that shot. Gave it a little wink over to the Bobcat bench.
Bates up 39-21, under a minute to go, first half. On, left wing three, he has the answer. So Tim On, the sophomore, knocking down a triple. Oh, they say they give him a three. Yep, there you go, 39-24. Bates up on top. Darling looking for a three. He got, he knocks it down! A 4-point play, an opportunity coming up for Jerome Darling.
Jerome Darling fired up, but still cool as a cucumber out there, acting like nothing happened. Hopefully he drains this, makes it a 4-point play. Those are special.
Yeah, Darling purposefully, I think, no emotion after knocking it down.
Never.
Bates up 42-24, 32.3 seconds to go here in the first half. Darling a chance for a rare 4-point play. He split a pair of free throws earlier, and this one is good. A 4-point play for Jerome Darling, and the Bobcats lead 43-24. Bowdoin with 1 second separating shot clock from game clock. On handling. He had a three their last possession. Gets it over now to Simons. Outside, they swing it back to On with 14 on the clock. On. Now top of the key, Fuller. Fuller on the drive. 6 on the shot clock. Looking for a shot. They get one, and it's in and out. And now at the last second, Gilpin fires a three-quarters court shot, and it's off the front iron.
A little close there.
Hewitt missed the shot for Bowdoin, and then Gilpin almost knocked down a three-quarters court three. But at halftime, the Bobcats have a 43-24 lead over the Polar Bears. A remarkable first half performance. Bates shot 63% from the field, Cale.
That's unbelievable. And look at that three-point percentage.
Yeah. Oh, are you kidding?
Even more ridiculous.
7 of 9. That's 77.8% from three. You don't see that. Obviously, that has to even out, but hopefully it won't. Right?
Yeah.
You never know. Bates is just shooting the lights out of the gymnasium right now. 43-24. They have the lead. Bowdoin only shooting 28.1% from three. They've made 4 of 12 three-pointers. 28.1% overall, and then 4 of 12 on three for Bowdoin. Both teams shooting better from three than they are overall in this game. Bates has turned it over 8 times. Bowdoin's only turned it over once. Bowdoin does have 10 points off turnovers, but Bates has out-rebounded Bowdoin 26-8 here in the first half. You look at Bates is credited with 2 blocks. You can't see the individual stats and blocks until the final score, unfortunately, but 2 blocks as a team for Bates. I think Malcolm Delpeche has one of them.
Yeah, you got to bet on that just because of how many blocks he's averaged out. And another thing to note is just how many guys from the Bates bench have scored. I mean, they're getting a lot of guys in, and I think 8 players thus far have scored over 3 points or more, which is just, you don't even see that in a full 2-half game, and it's already happened now. So
every player who's taken a shot for Bates has made a 3 except for the Delpeche twins, who haven't attempted any threes.
Yeah.
But you look at Max Hummel's 2 of 2 from 3. Jerome Darling's made a 3. Eli Frater's made a 3. Quinn Leary's knocked down a 3. Tom Coyne's knocked down a 3. Nick Gilpin's knocked down a 3. And so Marcus Delpeche with 10 points on 5 of 8 shooting. He has 5 rebounds as well, so he's on pace for another double-double. Hummel, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. Does have a couple fouls, which is why he didn't play for much of the first half. Early on in the first half, Hummel was on fire. That was big to start the game. Malcolm Delpeche, 8 points, 4 of 7 shooting. He's got team-high 6 rebounds. And then Nick Gilpin, look at this stat line. It's almost hidden because he has 3 points, and he's last on the tiebreaker, I guess, for 3 points on the box score. 3 points, 5 rebounds, and how about 4 assists?
4 assists. There you go. I mean, that's exactly what Furbush has been saying about Nick Gilpin is doesn't come up big points on the scorecard at all, but, I mean, he's just making plays left and right, and he's always involved when he's on the court, which is just fantastic to see from a first year. He's looking like a vet. He looked like he's been doing it for a while, so it's pretty cool.
And then Darling had that 4-point play, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists. So very balanced from Darling and Gilpin, your pair of guards there, really. And Eli Frater, I thought, did a good job off the bench in some limited minutes also for Bates. And then you look at Bowdoin, Jack Simons has 6 points. He averages over 24.5. He averages 24.5 points per game. He's got 6 on 2 of 7 shooting. Both his shots have been threes he's made. A couple assists as well. David Reynolds a spark off the bench. He's got 6 points. He made a couple field goals. And then Tim On with 5 points on 2 of 5 shooting and no assists for the man who averages over 8 assists per game for Tim On so far in this game. And not a whole lot going on for Bowdoin, though, right now.
Yeah, not a whole lot going on. And interesting to note is 2 of their starters, Neil Fuller and Liam Farley, have yet to score. So it just kind of goes to show what's going on the Polar Bear bench and roster in the whole.
Yeah, the only thing that even kept them in this game even remotely was the turnover differential. 8 committed by Bates, 1 by Bowdoin, and Bowdoin has 10 points off turnovers. But right now it's the Bobcats up 43-24. We had some late arriving students, but they are filling in there in the hoop, and they gotta like to see the score up there on the scoreboard.
Yeah, you like to see the students sitting right there too, because it really gets them involved with the game as much as they possibly can. I mean, that's where the student section can really do some damage in rattling the opponents on foul shots and scoring opportunities and foul plays and all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely good to see the Bobcats playing real well in front of their first real home crowd.
43-24, Bates leads at halftime. We'll take a break to rest our voices, and we'll be back with your second half of action in just over 11 minutes. But what a first half it was for Bates. Don't go anywhere. We'll have your second half coming right up. Aaron Morris alongside Cale Schwartz bringing you the Bates men's basketball team's game here tonight against the Bowdoin College Polar Bears. And well, Cale, the first half was all Bates. They lead 43-24 as we prepare to start the second half of action. Yeah,
all Bates all the time. A lot of good shots were taken. They were playing some phenomenal defense, really shutting down Bowdoin's leading scorer, number 22, Jack Simons. And I think it's just sort of being at home, being in front of all their friends, family, and a home crowd, and I think they're just excited to be back and get a big win. So
they're 20 minutes away from getting that big win, and it's going to be Marcus Delpeche, Malcolm Delpeche, Jerome Darling, Nick Gilpin, and Max Hummel, your starting five, beginning the second half of action as well for Bates. And remember, this is the Bates team that is still missing Sean Strickland. They're still missing Max Eaton, and they're still missing a couple of first years due to injury, and they're looking really good.
Yeah, it's a little bit funny to look at the Bates bench and to see all these guys limping wearing casts, but I mean, they're playing like the full squad, so.
So far, so good tonight, and Bowdoin with the ball to start, coming right towards where we're located here at Alumni Gym as they swing it around the perimeter for Hugh O'Neill. Nice feed down low. Losing the ball was Farley as Gilpin blocked the shot. And it goes out of bounds. It will be Bowdoin ball, but nice defense again from Gilpin.
Nice defense, all ball, very clean block right there. Love to see it.
On will inbounds as he bounce passes into O'Neill. On in the wing, gets it back to Liam Farley. Now back to On. On cross court. Simons for three, short. Just beat the shot clock, and Malcolm Delpeche had it go off his hands out of bounds. So it'll be Bowdoin ball. Just slipped out of his hands. He was right there on the baseline and touched the end line, and it's going to be Bowdoin ball. They get it in for Simons. New life for the Polar Bears. And the three is up, and the three is short by Farley, but O'Neill the rebound. Now On for three. No, and Marcus Delpeche the rebound. Lots of chances for Bowdoin, but no bucket.
Yeah, nothing seems to fall, and they're getting the open guy. They're double teaming Simons, and just Bowdoin can't finish the shot.
Malcolm Delpeche has it knocked away, stolen by Simons, and here's On across the timeline. Ahead to Farley. Now top of the key, Simons back to On. On in the perimeter guarded by Darling. They get it over to Fuller. Fuller holding, now Farley for three. Nice contest by Gilpin, no good. Rebound Darling.
Just great defense again by Gilpin. He's playing his heart out. You can tell he's really excited. He's moving fast and getting open shots for himself as well. So
Darling across the timeline gets it over to Gilpin, top of the key off the screen from Malcolm Delpeche. Back to Malcolm. Now Darling right wing. Darling handling with 8 on the shot clock. Driving baseline, kicks it outside. Hummel thought about it. Now he'll shoot a long two, and it's no good. And the rebound secured by Simons.
Finally thought we were going to see a missed field goal by Hummel eventually. There it is.
A long two, and it was contested with the shot clock running down. Simons guarded by Marcus Delpeche. They get it over O'Neill, long two, and it's good. It was a tough first half for Hugh O'Neill, but he's got 4 points now, and the Bobcats lead 43-26.
Not a bad shot from the 6'7" O'Neill. Very fluid, kind of looks like a guard.
Off the screen now, Gilpin, top of the key, Marcus Delpeche. Here's Darling right wing. Hummel top of the key. He's got a wide open three. Back iron, no. He was almost too wide open. He kind of hesitated and then shot it. Did not really shoot it in rhythm. Here's Simons, left wing. Now On with it. Swings it around the perimeter. And losing the ball was Farley, and here comes Gilpin on the steal, coast to coast, and he went up for a dunk and then decided to lay it in.
A little bit of an excitement there. Thank God that fell. You weren't sure when he hit it.
Oh, wide open though, and the layup is good for O'Neill. He kind of caught the Bobcats napping a bit on the baseline.
There's that block almost had by Malcolm.
Almost. We did confirm he had one in the first half, so he's tied the school record for blocks in a career. One more to have it all on his own. Darling for three. Was trying to draw another foul, but he misses. He had that 4-point play in the first half. Here's Simons. Marcus Delpeche meets him beyond the three-point line. Simons a deep three, top of the key. Back iron, no. Darling knocks it away, and it goes to Gilpin. Gilpin on the move. Cross to Hummel. Hummel a little hesitant so far here in the second half. Gets it back out to Darling. Now Hummel again. Hummel thinking about it, but Marcus Delpeche down low to his brother. Malcolm! Throw it down!
There's the hammer you've been waiting for, Delpeche to dunk. That is awesome.
47-28. Bates on top, 16-15 to go in the game. Fuller handling. Now O'Neal on, guarded by Darling. Swinging around perimeter, Simons will fire from 3, no good, back iron, rebound Darling. Darling on the move. Ahead he goes to Malcolm Delpeche, just threw up a wild shot. He was hoping to draw a foul, but the refs weren't biting. Here comes On, right past Gilpin, lay it up, no good. Rebound to Hummel. Here's Gilpin. Back to Hummel for 3, short. Rebound, deflected out of bounds, and it's going to be off of Marcus Delpeche, and it's going to be Bowdoin ball.
Max Hummel taking 3 shots in the second half. Not as fluid as he seemed to be in the first half. You wonder if he cooled down a little bit from all that time on the bench.
He did have those 2 fouls that unfortunately cut off his momentum. Quinn Leary is in. Malcolm Delpeche is out for now. Bobcats up by 19. 15:35 to go in the game. O'Neal handling top of the key. Swinging around the perimeter. This is Blake Gordon. Gordon outside for Fuller. Fuller on the move. Off balance in the lane. No good. Jerome Darling, another rebound. Darling doing a nice job. Here's Darling up ahead. Driving into the lane. In traffic. Shot up no good. Gets his own rebound and he's tied up. Possession arrow favors the Bobcats.
It's an aggressive play by Jerome Darling right there. Just following his shot, which you don't see too often, and then grabbing that rebound. Big play.
And Bowdoin will make a quick substitution. Into the game for the Polar Bears is David Reynolds. And Hugh O'Neal will get a rest. Into Hummel now, Gilpin top of the key. The impressive first year down low to Marcus Delpeche. Working the low block. Off the backboard, no. Trying to bank it in, and the rebound to Reynolds. Here's On across the timeline into the right wing, guarded by Darling. On cuts it outside, and the shot is up, and the shot is good. David Reynolds, a spark off the bench for Bowdoin. He makes a 3, and the Bobcats lead 47-31.
David Reynolds, a 6'5" guard, first year, really has an impressive jump shot, and he's made it clear thus far.
Top of the key, they go for Leary, swinging around the perimeter for Gilpin. Now Hummel, and a whistle off the ball. 3 in the key, whistled on Marcus Delpeche. It's going to be Bowdoin basketball. Bowdoin with the ball with 14:36 to go in the game. Bates up 47-31. The Bobcats being led right now by the Delpeches. Marcus and Knockham have 10 points each to lead all scorers. On the move. Pull-up jumper just shy of the free throw line. No good. Rebound Leary. Here's Gilpin across the timeline. Ahead to Marcus Delpeche, who will lay it up and lay it in. 49-31 Bates, 14-15 to go in the game.
Name of the game for Bates right now. Be fast, get it down to the Delpeches, and let them do the rest.
That's a bad turnover by Bowdoin. And here comes Hummel all the way to the hoop, and he'll draw the foul, and he'll get 2 free throws. Neil Fuller just was not looking for the ball.
Yeah, not really. We just eyes shut maybe. I'm not really sure. I mean, the Bowdoin's getting some looks, but they still look a little bit sloppy like they did in the first half.
Hummel will get 2 free throws and a chance to put the Bobcats up by 20 if he makes them.
It almost looked like Hummel was going up for the dunk on that one.
As we have a whistle and a timeout, a full timeout called there on the court, called by Bowdoin, I believe. So 14:04 to go in this one. It's been all Bobcats. They're up 49-31. Marcus Delpeche leading all scorers with 12 points on 6 of 10 shooting. He also has 6 rebounds. Malcolm Delpeche has 10 points on 5 of 10 shooting. He also has 6 rebounds. And then Max Hummel had those early 8 points that really set the tone for Bates nicely in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. A little fun fact to know about Max Hummel is his father, Matt Hummel, was an All-American at Colby, a shooter. Raised his son to be a point guard as well, but Hummel just ended up being 6'5", so just a point guard in a skinny, lanky body.
Hummel, yeah, listed on the roster at 6'4", maybe 6'5", 180 out of Glastonbury, Connecticut. Listed as a guard, but a 2-guard for Bates, and he's been great this year. Really a breakout season as a sophomore, and they needed that because you were wondering, last year, you had a bunch of shots being taken by one guy, basically, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, hard to find a better jump shot than Josh Britton had.
Right. Britton had a great year. Really, he was hurt most of his career.
Yeah.
And then last year, a breakout season for Britton, but he graduated. They needed someone to take the reins, and Hummel's done a great job. And Hummel makes a free throw. So Bates up 50-31. And the second free throw is also good. The Bobcats lead by 20 over the Polar Bears. 14:03 to go. As on across the timeline. They swing it around for Gordon. Now Reynolds, who's been very good off the screen from Simons. Reynolds from the elbow, shot up, back iron, no, loose ball, grabbed by the man off the bench. That's the first year, Tom Coyne. Coyne on the move to Gilpin in the left wing. Down low, Marcus Delpeche. Back outside, Gilpin almost lost it, gets it back. Bounce past Marcus Delpeche. He almost lost it, and now he travels. So Bowdoin ball with 13:34 to go after the turnover.
Pretty to see Gilpin and Coyne out there together. Two freshmen, two Mainers actually. Just really fun to see. Really shows that Furbish really does love to recruit out of Maine.
Yeah, definitely some excellent local talent here coming to Bates as it's Simons on the drive. Maxed up against Marcus Delpeche, but he forces Simons to give it up, and now they get it back out to Simons. Marcus Delpeche really interfered with what would have been a shot attempt. Now a corner three is up and good from David Reynolds again. He's been excellent, 51-34. Reynolds now leads the Polar Bears. I believe he has 12. So here's Gilpin to Coyne. Now Marcus Delpeche, top of the key. Swinging around the perimeter for Hummel. Here's Coyne, back to Marcus Delpeche. He'll fire a three, and it's no good. He made his first three of his career in the season opener. He hasn't made one since. As on the move, off balance, up, and no good, but he'll get two free throws.
Yeah, you really wanted to see that from Marcus Delpeche. He's got a unorthodox shot to say the least, but if it's been going in this year, it's been going in. That's pretty cool that he landed a three.
Yeah, he did in the season opener. It was kind of a desperation heave, and it went in. They set up a shot for Jerome Darling, but they double-teamed Darling as they were down by 3 at the time, and they got to Marcus Delpeche as that free throw is no good. And Marcus was the only one. He had to shoot it because the clock was almost at 0, and he made it, and it forced overtime. Bates ended up losing in overtime in the season opener, but nonetheless, Marcus Delpeche had his first career three-pointer to take home with him. As Malcolm Delpeche, who again has now tied the school record for blocks in a career, back into the game. So we'll watch out for that on defense, as the second free throw is good this time from on. Here come the Bobcats on offense, leading now 51-35. As Malcolm Delpeche will get it over to Coyne. Top of the key for Hummel. Hummel off the screen from Malcolm Delpeche. Malcolm Delpeche will drive all the way to the hoop, and the layup is good!
Doesn't get more pretty than that. Spin move, in, finger roll, bucket.
Reynolds swings it around to Simons. The perimeter they go. On the drive. And the shot is up and good, and the foul. I was waiting for the block. Instead, it's a foul and a bucket.
You wonder how that's even physically possible for On to get around Malcolm Delpeche. On at 5'9", Delpeche at 6'8". Just pretty big size difference, very noticeable out there.
Justin Zukowski and Eli Frater back in for the Bobcats as Hummel and Gilpin will get a rest. A little run here by the Polar Bears. The Bobcats were up by 20. Now they're up by 14. I was right the first time, wasn't I? Yeah, 16.
Okay. It's okay. We're not here to do math.
Yeah, okay. Second free throw is up and good, 53-38. Bobcats now up by 15. All right, here we go with Frater off the screen from Malcolm Delpeche. As Frater will get it over to Coyne. Here's Marcus. Zukowski, top of the key for Coyne. Coyne on the drive. Nice feed. Malcolm Delpeche has to chase it down, though. Now Marcus in the lane, and he throws it down!
That's a big league play. Just all in all, that was a hammer by Marcus Delpeche.
55-38, Bates, 11:28 to go in the game. Here's On, guarded by Frater. Now they swing it around for Simons. Bounce pass to Reynolds, guarded closely by Zukowski, and the shot is up and no good. Reynolds gets his own rebound. A shot over Malcolm Delpeche is no good, and the rebound goes to Zukowski. And here comes Frater. Frater will get it down low to Marcus Delpeche, who just had the monster one-hand slam on the other side. Coin for three. No. Marcus Delpeche, the putback is good. Marcus Delpeche one more time for Bates.
From defense to offense to everywhere, Marcus Delpeche is making plays just like he usually does, but especially tonight.
He's got 16. Down low they go for Reynolds, matched up against Zukowski. Tough shot, the follow's no good, and the rebound to Frater. Frater across the timeline. Bounce pass to Marcus Delpeche. Watch out. It's like a runaway train. You can't stop him. He'll go to the line for two.
I mean, it could be almost a strategy at this point. Maybe just foul him, make him take the shot rather than let him go to the paint.
First time Marcus Delpeche has been to the free throw line today. He's got 16 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist on 8 of 13 shooting. He is 0 of 1 from 3. Here's the free throw. It is good.
Ooh, there it goes. Finds a way.
And Bates back up by 20, 58-38. And Bowdoin wholesale subs right now. They'll On and Simons go to the bench, so you wonder where the scoring will come from. Reynolds obviously has been an option. He's got 12 to lead the Polar Bears. Marcus Delpeche's second free throws off the back iron, no good. And the Bobcats lead 58-38 with 10:24 to go in the game. Fuller handling top of the key. They get it over now to Jack Boers, and no shot. Boers on the drive. A foul whistled against Eli Frater, and it'll be Bowdoin ball with 10:15 to go as Quinn Leary, another Mainer from Auburn, into the game. Marcus Delpeche will get a break. Here's the inbounds feed. O'Neal, the bounce pass back to Boers. Shot up, no good. Rebound to Zukowski. And now Frater will handle across the half-court line. Bates up by 20. Zukowski, top of the key. Now Coyne in the right wing, top of the key for Malcolm Delpeche. Swinging around Frater. Back to Coyne, now Frater. Frater on the crossover, driving to the hoop. Tough shot. Bowdoin might have gotten a piece of that one. Here comes Boers. Boers all the way to the hoop, draws the foul.
Ooh.
He was a little out of control, I thought, but he got bailed out by a foul call.
He had his head pretty hard on that fall, too. That did not look pretty.
Yeah, Boers was just rambling into the lane, the sophomore guard who's got a lot of minutes today, backing up on. And it looks like he'll be all right. He'll walk it off a little bit, although they're getting on ready to come back in, perhaps. As Boers will go to the line for 2 free throws. Bates leads 58-38, 9:38 to go in this one. The free throw is good. No sub quite yet, as Boers appears to be all right after taking that hard fall. Up now they're ready to bring it on for the shooter. If he makes it, he does, and now On will come back in. He actually does not come in for the shooter. He'll come in for Blake Gordon. But in any case, On back in the game. Boers will remain in. Bates ball, and On with some pressure in the backcourt for Eli Frater, and Frater says, "Get off me." And Frater ends up drawing the foul, though On saying it should have been called on Frater, but to no avail. Bates ball here. And now Jerome Darlingneck in. He'll replace Coyne. Inbounds goes to Zukowski. Darling, left wing, 3. Yes!
Absolute buckets from Darling right there. He knew it right away. Turned his head, pointed his finger. That was a 3.
Bobcats their biggest lead of the game, 21 points, 61-40. O'Neal, outside they go. They swing around perimeter, On for 3. Short, rebound, Frater. Frater goes around On, who jumped up high in the air, and Frater called for the offensive foul as Boers, not afraid to sacrifice his body, draws the charge. Good physical play from Boers. As Simons will check back in, he'll give Fuller a breather, and the Bobcats respond quickly with Marcus Delpeche. He'll enter the game for his brother Malcolm Delpeche. So it's Bowdoin basketball, 9:05 to go in the game. Bobcats leading by 21, 61-40. Simons to On, guarded by Frater. They swing it back outside for Boers. He'll drive in, feed it down low. Loose ball knocked away, still on the ground, recovered by Boers. His layup is good. Boers just kind of cleaned up there as that ball. Darling was almost able to get the steal there.
Yeah, pretty good play by Boers. Just get up and over and drop it in.
Darling guarded closely by Boers, and his pass intercepted by On. On back to Boers, and that's a travel, so it'll be Bates ball. The entire gym could see that travel.
Yeah, except
Bowdoin, apparently.
Coach Gilbride didn't like that call at all. He thought it was a foul.
He might have been fouled, but it was after he walked about 4 steps.
Yeah.
So here comes Bates.
Last time I checked, that was the rules.
Here's Frater in the right wing, guarded closely by On. Top of the key, Marcus Delpeche. Left wing, Zukowski, pump fakes. Now drives to the free throw line. He'll pull up, long 2. No good. On across the timeline. Behind the back dribble. He'll drive all the way. Off bounds, tried to bank it, but it's short. And the rebound goes to Leary. Here's Darling across the timeline. Bobcats up by 19, 61-42. Marcus Delpeche in the low block. Outside Zukowski. He'll spot up a 3. It's short. Rebound Frater. Frater outside Leary. He's got a 3 and he misses it short. I thought he was going to knock that one down.
Yeah,
he was wide open.
As open as it gets. Zukowski still looking for his first points of the game. Got a good look there, but not quite.
Heck of a drive by Boers, and the feed down low to O'Neal. It's just been a rough night for Hugh O'Neal. Here comes Frater ahead to Zukowski. Thought about it. Now down low, Marcus Delpeche. Outside for Darling. No look feed to Marcus Delpeche. He'll lay it up and lay it in.
As easy as that. 1, 2, 3. Marcus Delpeche is making it look simple.
Bobcats up 63-42. That did look pretty easy after he secured the ball. So here's Boers on the move. Runner is no good. O'Neal does get the rebound. Kick it outside. Reynolds for 3. Got it. David Reynolds now has 15 to lead the Polar Bears, and it's not even close. Only one in double figures. Bobcats lead 63-45. It's his third 3. Here's Darling in the left wing. Down low, Marcus Delpeche. Back outside, Darling. Off the screen from Leary. Nice feed outside. Corner 3, Zukowski. That one's good!
No longer a goose egg for Zukowski. Finally gets a great look and just buries it. Splash.
Bobcats lead by 21. 66-45. 6:18 to go. On the pump fake. Behind the back dribble. Now outside they go for Boers. Matched up against Darling. Boers holding the ball. And I think that's 5. 5 seconds. Bobcat ball. And they'll bring in Hummel and they'll bring in Gilpin. Leary will get a rest. That's will Zukowski. And Frater.
Sort of almost just the tipping point, the 5-second violation. Sort of know you have the other team in your back pocket at that point.
He was just holding the ball, holding the ball, holding the ball. You got to eventually make a move. So here's Darling across the timeline. Swinging around to Hummel. Down low, Malcolm Delpeche working the low block. Malcolm Delpeche lay it up. No good. Gets his own rebound outside for Darling for 3. No. Malcolm Delpeche trying to get a follow. No good. Here comes Boers. Boers. Kick it outside. That's a 3 for Simons, and he knocks it down.
Simons not getting too many of those open looks, but when he does, he definitely seems to execute.
All 3 of his field goals have been 3-pointers. He's got 9. Bates up 66-48. 5:31 to go in this one. And this pass is knocked away by O'Neal, and he'll miss a dunk. Ooh, boy, rough one for him. Now down low, Marcus Delpeche, and he'll draw a foul. Or will he? Let's see, on the floor, yeah.
The Bobcat fan section just erupted after O'Neal missed that dunk. He was thinking dunk all the way. I think he overthought it because he slowed his pace down right when he approached the paint. Man, this place is pretty electric right now.
As Reynolds will check out, leaving O'Neal in there. It's been a rough day for him, as I thought he was going to have an easy dunk, and he just plain missed it. Not everyone can be the Delpeches.
No.
So here's Darling to inbounds, and now an offensive foul whistle against Bates. I think they got Malcolm Delpeche or something. So it's going to be Bowdoin basketball. Yep, that foul whistled on Malcolm. 5:21 to go in the game. Bates up 66-48. Bowdoin basketball. Here's Boers outside for Simons. He's swinging around the perimeter. Simons will just fire a three off balance, in and out, and a whistle and a foul on Bowdoin. Might have gotten Richard McAllister, Jr. from Switzerland on that one.
There you go. That's one way to recruit.
It's amazing where you can find basketball players. As Darling gets it across the half-court line. Now Gilpen in the right wing to Marcus Delpeche, top of the key. Hummel on the drive. Outside Gilpen. Thought about it. Now he'll dribble to the elbow, kick it outside. Darling left wing. He's got 7 on the shot clock to work with. Darling feeling the pressure. He'll have to launch up a shot. And it does not find the hoop, and they're letting them play on. Ahead to the man from Switzerland, and he lays it in. McAllister with the bucket.
That ball was just nowhere close. I don't know if Darling should have handed that one off or what, but.
And John Furbush wants to talk it over after they kind of ran down the shot clock a little bit too much. And it was not a shot clock violation because Bowdoin grabbed it before the buzzer, apparently, and that worked to their advantage because they got a fast break bucket out of it.
Yeah,
Bates
absolutely.
up 66-50, 4:20 to go in the game. A little reset here. Bates shooting 49.1% from the field. They're no longer shooting 70% from three, though.
Yeah, you were wondering how long that stat was going to keep up.
Right.
But, I mean, still 50% from three, 53.5% from the field. It's just a great game overall this far. They've definitely slowed down a little bit this half, but the lead's still comfortable, and I think they're still playing some great basketball. Marcus
Delpeche leads all scorers with 19 points. He has 7 rebounds. He's 9 of 24 from the field. Malcolm Delpeche has 12 points on 6 of 12 shooting, and Max Hummel's got 10 points now in this game. Jerome Darling, 8 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. That's a heck of a game.
9 rebounds, wow.
Yeah, he's been really fierce down low. Gilpen's got 7 rebounds of his own, 4 assists, 5 points. Bowdoin, they've been carried by David Reynolds. 15 for Reynolds. He's got 5 rebounds as well. On has 9 points, but only 3 of 11 shooting. Boers has 9, and Simons, their leading scorer, remember, averaging 24.5 points per game. He's got 9. Farley, 12.7 points per game, has 0 points in this game. And Reynolds, as I mentioned, having a great game. He's normally their 3rd leading scorer. As Malcolm Delpeche swings around the perimeter for Darling. Darling handling, now Hummel left wing. Off the screen from Marcus Delpeche. Bounce down low from Malcolm Delpeche. Outside Hummel, that's a 2, and it's good. So Hummel knocks down the long 2. He's got 12 when the Bobcats lead 68-50.
Hummel in motion is just one of the smoothest shooters I've ever seen.
And a runner in the lane for Boers, and he has the answer. Boers into double figures. He's got 11 now. Bobcats lead 68-52. Full court press from the Polar Bears with 3:37 to go in the game. They get ahead for Hummel. Now bounce pass to Marcus Delpeche. Off balance in the lane, no good. Try to get the loose ball. It bounces high in the air, and Malcolm Delpeche comes down with it. And Jerome Darling will reset with 25 on the shot clock, 3:18 to go in the game. Down low, Marcus Delpeche. Shot gets blocked, gets it back, lays it in.
Wow. Marcus Delpeche just making plays everywhere, following his shots, grabbing the rebounds.
Doing a tremendous job, leading all scorers. As they get it down low to Simons, and that shot is up and in, and I believe that basket counts. Yes, it does. So the Bobcats lead 70-54, and Simons his first 2-point bucket of the game, and now have a chance for a 3-point play. So Simons to the line. And the free throw is good. Bates leads 70-55, 2:59 to go in this one, and Bowdoin will press for the remainder of the game, I'm sure. And, well, Marcus Delpeche expected the Gilpin to run. He did not. They turn it over. Now here comes Simons. He'll lay it up. No. Rebound Gilpin. And here they go. Malcolm Delpeche had trouble getting the ball into his hands, and then I think the shot got blocked by McAllister. And here comes Boers. He'll lay it up and in. Boers again for Bowdoin, and they cut the lead to 13, 70-57. And now we have a whistle and a foul off the shot. No shot, obviously. Should be Bates' ball, it looks like.
Malcolm Delpeche again going up for the big slam. He got some air on that one.
2:29 to go in the game. Bates leads 70-57. Bowdoin a little bit of a surge here. Bates is led by as many as 21. Darling will inbounds to Gilpin, top of the key. Gilpin feeling the pressure, hands it off to Hummel. Now Darling left wing directing traffic. Malcolm Delpeche triple teamed outside to Darling. Off the screen from Marcus Delpeche. He'll go outside Gilpin. Pump fake, kick it outside. Hummel, three. No. Rebound, loose ball, secured by Bowdoin. Here come the Polar Bears. Boers across the timeline. Boers has effectively driven all day, and he lays it in again. What a game for Jack Boers, a sophomore from Upper Saddle River, New Jersey. Another bucket, and the Bates lead down to 11. 70-59 with a minute 50 to go.
Yeah, Jack Boers taking some hits this game, but he's definitely not afraid to get in the paint for a little guy.
Bates they like to play a fast pace. They're trying to run down the clock. It's just not, that's not what their offense is meant to do. It's a kind of a tough situation as Marcus Delpeche does draw a foul here, and he'll get free throws. But the Bobcat offense ideally is a very high-paced offense, but with a minute 40 to go, they're obviously trying to kill as much clock as possible, but that makes their offense less efficient, essentially.
Exactly. It's sort of a
Catch-22.
Catch-22 right
Yeah.
now. Comfortable lead still, but not as comfortable as they were 30, 40 seconds ago.
Free throw good from Marcus Delpeche. So he's got 24 now.
Drop Hummel for Leary, maybe make more defensive plays right now.
Second free throw, good as well. Big free throws for Marcus Delpeche. He's been excellent, and the Bobcats lead 72-59, a minute 35 to go in this one. Boers, another drive to the hoop, and this time a foul. Well, he'll get free throws as well. Both teams over the limit. They're into the bonus, I should say. So the Bobcats lead 72-59. Marcus Delpeche has 25 points. And now to the line, Boers for a 1-and-1. Front end is good. 18 fouls committed by Bates, 7 committed by Bowdoin.
Interesting to note, Boers is just sitting at 5'9", but man, he's playing a huge game tonight.
Second free throw, no good. Malcolm Delpeche the rebound. And ahead they go to Malcolm Delpeche. He gets it into Marcus. He's under the hoop, and he dunks it!
I don't know Marcus that well, but he definitely washes his apples.
Unbelievable. He was under the basket. He just jumped straight up in the air and dunked it in. And here's a shot by Boers, no good. And the Bobcats get the rebound. Leary grabbed it. And here comes Darling. Darling will just kind of try to settle things down here.
Little sabermetric stat of the day right now. 2 games I've color commentated for the Bobcats have been 2 lanky wins.
So you're good percentage.
Good percentage. Oh,
That would have absolutely brought the house down. Marcus Delpeche, he has 27 points. That would have tied his career high, but he misses the dunk. And now here's a 3 from Simons. It's an air ball. And this one, obviously, all over. 27 seconds to go. Bobcats up 74-60. Shot clock, game clock, almost even. Split second between the two. Gilpin will dribble. And a standing ovation from this Bobcat crowd here at Alumni Gymnasium. A spectacular performance from Bates as they lead pretty much the whole game, and they will knock off Bowdoin. There's still 0.6 on the clock because there was a split second between the shot clock and the game clock. and the referees will have to discuss it, and they'll say, just ring it, and it's over.
They want to get out of here, get some dinner.
Yeah, the Bobcats win 74-60 behind 27 points from Marcus Delpeche, 12 of 18 from the field, 8 rebounds, 12 points from Malcolm Delpeche. He had 9 rebounds. No double-doubles today, surprisingly, but a lot of very good performances for Bates. For Bowdoin, David Reynolds, 15 points. Jack Boers, 14 points. Jack Simons, 12 points to lead them. Also, O'Neill, even though he had kind of a rough game, 3 of 10 shooting, did have 6 points, 12 rebounds, and 5 assists. So, in the end, his stat line doesn't look too bad for Hugh O'Neill today for Bowdoin. But in the end, the Bobcats, with a rather dominating performance, 74-60, they get the win to improve to 5-2 on the season. Bates, a statement victory over their rival.
Absolutely a statement of victory. I mean, Bowdoin has lost all of their games away, and I think coming here to Alumni Gymnasium tonight just makes it even tougher. We had an electric crowd here, bigger than any crowd I think I even saw last year. So I think just an exciting night for the Bobcats, exciting win in terms of NESCAC play, even though I know this wasn't a NESCAC game, but every game matters. Beat a good team like Bowdoin. I think it's some really good momentum heading into the holiday season for the Bobcat basketball team.
Bates improves to 5-2 on the year. As you mentioned, a non-league game, but a NESCAC opponent nonetheless, and a victory for Bates. And so now, Bowdoin falls to 4-3. I should mention Bates at 5-2. And now Bates will take on Colby Saturday at 6 o'clock, and Colby lost to Bowdoin. So maybe Bates can get another home victory. We'll have that game right here on athletics.bates.edu. We'll have that one as well. Saturday at 6 o'clock, Bates and Colby, and that'll be the last home game before January. In fact, Bates won't be home again for over a month after their December 10 game against Colby. They'll have 3 more road games before the new year, 1 at St. Joseph's and then 2 at a neutral court in New York City. They'll take on a couple teams on a neutral site in the NYU Men's Basketball Classic on the 29th and 30th. And then after the new year, they'll be at Brandeis on January 3rd, and then they'll open NESCAC play officially Friday, January 6th at Colby, followed up by another road game at Bowdoin on Saturday, and then they'll return home on Friday, January 13th to take on Hamilton. So a couple their actual NESCAC games to start the season will be on the road coming up in January, and so we'll see what happens there. But after this win, Bowdoin will certainly the message has been sent after they dropped 2 games to the Polar Bears last year.
Absolutely, especially in terms of Maine NESCAC basketball. I think Bates just really made a statement.
Absolutely. So the Bobcats get the win, 74-60 over the Polar Bears. Marcus Delpeche finished only 2 points shy of his career high. He had 27 to lead the way, and Malcolm Delpeche tied the school record for career blocks, and he'll get a chance against Colby to break that record on Saturday. So the Bobcats win it. They are 5-2 on the year. He's Cale. I'm Aaron. Thanks so much for tuning in to this one. Bobcats get the win. Have a good night.